The Democrats got to relax. Let's just get to it. My problem with Democrats is, and we're gonna break this down. If you don't want to hear the protection of black men, there's a 15 or 30-second skip button. We encourage you to use it a couple of times.
Yeah, you probably gonna need to go ahead and skip probably 10 minutes ahead.
Absolutely, because I do timestamps for y'all for a reason.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
I love when the Democrats don't give us a heads up that they about to do some. How many minutes we in? Oh, we 12, man. Yeah. When they not about to do some fuck shit, they don't never give us like a leeway. Like, hey,
guess what? We're thinking about this.
Hey, we're gonna sit down with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. Okay, we find out the day before.
Yeah.
Okay. They did give us a little bit of leeway for rolling. But yesterday it was announced that Kamala was going on the Shade Room.
Yeah.
And
had no problem with that, to be honest.
I did. I'm not even going to do it.
Yeah.
I had a huge problem. Well, I had a huge problem, and then I realized my huge problem is Shade Room is not a news outlet. It's a media company, but it's not a...
It's not where you go to get your news.
And when you need to talk to black people, I have a problem with who you align yourself with when you have to talk to certain people. Trump, I told my wife that anytime it's time to talk to black folks, Democrats love to talk to the bottom third of black folks.
Yeah, or you know what? Here's the thing. I don't know if they intentionally talk to the bottom third of black folks or if they think all black folks are the bottom third.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I am genuinely confused right now. And this is, look, I would have went off on her being on the Shade Room if she didn't go on the Call Your Daddy, Call Me Daddy podcast. Mm-hmm. So I kind of put those in the same two places, right? Like, okay, maybe it's a younger voter demographic, right? The problem that I had was they were like, hey, Kamala, she has a initiative for black men, right?
That's what more pissed me off.
And that right there set me off.
Absolutely.
Right? Because it's like, yo, you don't announce an initiative for black men and say, well, I'm going to announce it on the Shade Room. And the Shade Room had it in their title. And here's the thing. They might change it because I listened to the whole interview because I was ready to be super, super annoyed. And by the end of it, I was just regular annoyed because they didn't discuss black men.
They gave their proposal, but we're going to get there.
Yeah.
So for those who do not know, because maybe you are a non-black listener of this podcast, shout out to Ben. And maybe you are black and you don't pay attention to the Shade Room. I don't follow the Shade Room for... The main reason I don't follow the Shade Room is because they are not a safe space for black men.
They aren't. They kick black men backs in
anytime they get.
Like, I mean, the site has a reputation of being misandric. And not only being misandric, but also being low-key anti-black, which is crazy because it is a black media outlet.
So I got to 5 minutes into the interview. I turned that shit off when Kamala kept trying to convince me that she has a relationship with Beyonce. For your first 5 minutes, we don't need to talk about Beyonce if you here for black men.
Well, she was talking about Beyonce mama. Like, I think like her...
The first part was Beyonce.
Yeah, then they went to...
Then bruh asked her again about Beyonce. And she was like, well, I know Tina. And it's like, why are we... I love Beyonce. Went to your show. I came in on this podcast and talked about how amazing Beyonce's show was. How that was probably one of my top 5 greatest concerts.
Yeah.
Beyonce ain't watched that shit yesterday. You didn't need to pander to us, black people, more, and we want to dial it in to black women, even though you're here to talk about black men. Kamala, you keep trying to convince us that you black and you don't have to anymore.
It was so far off that, again, I'm like, maybe somebody else got it wrong, right? Like even let me look at the shade room topic. Cause I was like, this ain't really... VP Kamala Harris steps in with Justin Carter to discuss how she'll deliver for black men. That is the topic of it. And it's like, you never got there.
You never got there. So once I got past the Beyonce thing, I turned it off because I was like, I'm done here. I already see what we're doing here. And I started watching highlights. And there is this proposal. 1 million loans gonna go out. Some health things are gonna come out to help black men. Mentoring for young black men.
I have it pulled up.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. Let's see here. We have providing 1 million loans that are fully forgivable to black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Now,
let's pause there because that's a big problem. That's a big issue.
Because this was supposed to be for black men, right?
Uh-huh.
And this says providing 1 million loans that are fully forgivable to black entrepreneurs, right? And others.
So let me tell y'all what happens. And I've said this so many times on this podcast. I've told y'all this so many times. They come out with these grants, these loans, these forgivable loans, and they put others on there, and they include everybody besides white men.
Everybody.
And if I'm a white man in this country, I would be livid.
But guess who you gonna get mad at though? Right? Because they done put in the title that it's for who?
Black men.
But who's getting it?
Everybody else besides white men.
And
others.
Black men.
Well, black men and black men.
Yeah. Like we're going to be at the bottom of anybody that receives this.
And so the issue is because they're going to put so many things in there. They're going to say, hey, it's for minorities. That's exactly what the fuck they're going to do when this shit come out. And for all of us who saw last time Kamala stood up and was surrounded by minorities, all of them was Asian.
Yeah, I didn't.
Or Pacific Islanders. Let me just put it like that. And I have no problem with them because they are considered minorities. But what happens is when Kamala goes and speak to minorities, it's a room full of the D9 people, which is to the Greeks and organizations. It's a room full of black folks who hey, I make my collard greens in the bathtub. And she's trying to convince us that, hey, I hung out. I listened to Tupac in college, even though he wasn't out yet. You doing all this shit. And you pissing on me, telling me that it's raining.
Absolutely right. And again, right. My problem is like even with the like when she showed when she had that picture of the minorities, right, and everybody was Pacific Islander or Southeast Asian, right? She's Southeast Asian, so I get when you help your folks, but don't tell me first off, don't come in at the last minute when early voting is opening this week and then start saying, hey, we got this initiative for black men, especially when I know for a fact that black men asked for this back in March when Joe Biden was in office and y'all didn't do ish. And then you fast forwarded when you had to sit down with National Black Journalists Association, right? We all the black men looked at the panel and was just like, yo, so we ain't got one black male journalist that could be on this panel, right? Bro. And so it's not like that black men have just showed up all of a sudden and just said, what's for us? Black men has been asking, and black men have pretty much been saying like, yo, at least stop being disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Black men are going to vote at a 80% clip. I don't care what these polls say. Black men are going to vote at an 80+% clip for Kamala, right? Mm-hmm. Or they were up until probably 2 days ago.
Oh, we're going to get there. Hold on. Are you tired of mediocre haircuts and lackluster service? Look no further. Get ready to redefine your grooming game with the ultimate experience at No Grease Barbershop, conveniently located at North Lake Mall and Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's not just about a haircut, it's about the experience. No Grease Premium in North Lake sets a new standard for luxury with a full-service bar selection. Elevate your grooming experience even further with their signature drinks served during your service or while you wait. Whether you're looking for a classic fade, a timeless gentleman cut, or a bold modern style, No Grease Premium in North Lake got you covered with their design and color specialists. Let's not forget about the importance of routine self-care for men. Their partnership with Alpha Male Nail Care, exclusively at No Grease Premium, offers manicures and pedicures as a part of your routine grooming. Visit No Grease Barbershop at Charlotte Premium Outlets or North Lake Mall today, and make sure you tell them that the Black Dads Club sent you. All right, so let's get to 2 days ago. Well, I knew the country was on some fuck shit when Obama. I seen the headline said Obama speaks to black men as voters, and I'm gonna get this quote because I told you off mic, and I love bringing it here. Certain people that I love, I just don't follow because I don't want to unlove them. Obama's on that list for me. Roland Martin's on that list for me. Certain people is like, yo, when you talk to me about them, I have a positive thing about them because I do not keep up with them.
Yeah,
because I know they will take the time and remind me, oh, you might be a goof. Like, it's the reason why I stopped following Drake a long time ago before all this
facts,
this stuff.
I see what you're saying.
Just because it was just like, I love what Drake did for me in college. I love the music he has. I have the music.
I don't want to lose my heroes.
And it's like,
I don't want my heroes to turn to villain.
Absolutely. So you got to stop doing that. So Obama does this thing, and let me put it like this. Never mind, I ain't gonna throw you under the bus. Matter of fact, I am. That's what friends do.
Oh, go ahead.
Mike has been warning me about Obama for like the last 10 years. I'm going to just leave it at that. And he always, hey, I don't want to snatch your joy away, but, what they call him, Barry? Barry do some weird stuff.
Yeah, the guy is a little suspect at times. Now, here's the thing. I get it. When you are a fan, and I don't get celebrity. Like, I don't understand celebrity. So I get when sometimes I'm just on the outside looking in, and it's like, yo, I can objectively look at somebody and be like, I like them for this and I dislike them for this, right? Like, I don't fall in and out of fanship, right?
Okay.
I'm only a fan of the Gamecocks and the 49ers. I wish I was not a Gamecock fan like 90% of my life.
Oh, your brother about to owe me some money. I get there in the sports section.
Yeah, so it's like, when I look at people, I look at who they are, right? And I like Barack, right? But I immediately saw who Barack was, right? Now, is he intelligent? Yes. Is he married? Yes. Is he a father? Yes, right? Does he check the list of all things that we think that black men should be? Absolutely, right? But when I look at like what you do in your actions, like one of the first things that I thought that Barack should have done was the decriminalization of marijuana. And we're gonna get through Kamala's list, right? I thought this was a layup, right? This is a layup of an opportunity. Because black men are prosecuted or would be stopped and frisked or illegally searched. It was more so from, I smell marijuana than anything else that happens out there. And I was just like, just decriminalize it, right? So it wouldn't matter, right? He didn't touch it. Now, quietly, he made sure that the DEA stopped really like going after it. But I thought he should have been more vocal on it. Because when I saw Trump coming there, everything that Trump wanted to do for his folks, he came in there loudly and did it.
What?
Yeah, he came in there loudly and did it. And I got why Barack couldn't be as loud, but he still could get stuff done. He got bullied with the Supreme Court justices. That pissed me off. Everything y'all complaining about right now, I tried to point this shit out in 2010, and y'all was like, "You're being a hater." You like what's the dude from the Boondocks?
I don't know.
I guess y'all like Uncle Ruckus hate all the black people. Is that the one that hate all the black people?
Yeah.
I was being damn near accused of being a Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah.
When it came to Barack Obama, and I'm just like, no. I'm like, my job as a man, especially an African American man that I would say has a small sphere of influence, right, is to kind of see when things are coming and saying, hey, let's hop ahead of this,
absolutely,
before it slaps us in the face.
Let me read this quote. Part of it makes me think that, well, you aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president, and you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. I put in my group chat where there's one other black person in there. They pissing on us and telling us that it's raining.
We don't care that Kamala is a woman, right? We've already ran through this with Hillary.
Yeah, and Mike said something a long time ago, and you hinted at it a couple of minutes ago. When the results come back, black men are going to be Kamala Harris's second biggest supporters.
Second biggest. It won't even be close.
It won't be close. So it won't be so close that the fact of if whatever we do won't be the reason why she lose.
No.
But Barack Obama is too scared to come out and say, hey, white women, it's on y'all.
It's on y'all. Y'all always the ones out here screwing up.
And no, we can't say it.
What?
So what we do is, what's the lowest hanging fruit to kick right now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and kick black men back, Sam.
And cool. And everybody else is talking about it. And it's like, I don't know why everybody's so pussy to say what they got to say. It's just getting weird to me at this point. Because as a black man, I was heated yesterday. We didn't even talk about this in our group chat.
No, because I think like several of us was heated. And it was just like, I was in one group chat and I said, you know what? This is not a conversation. It's too nuanced. This is not a conversation for chat. And like real talk, the way that people stop talking to each other after Trump, I will stop talking to y'all if y'all think it's okay for them to launch a black male initiative and then have the language that does not include black males at all, and to go in the shade room and talk to Charlamagne about black men. Because I'm gonna listen to that one today too. I promise y'all, if you don't want to talk to me no more, like if you sick of me, just say this is nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm done. I'm done.
And
I'm done.
You know what? This is one of the parts of, and it may be changed. I doubt it. Joe Budden said a couple months ago, I'm not talking to nobody. And which is code for they reaching out, right?
Yeah.
Now, one thing I found interesting is, and I'm going to give y'all one thing. Y'all throwing out the money. And for people who don't think that none of these people is being paid to do what they're doing, people are getting paid.
Oh, at Roland Martin, absolutely. I don't know. All right, allegedly. It looks like it.
We're assuming.
Yeah, we're assuming that it definitely looks like he's picked up a check these last couple months.
Absolutely.
So and it's like I'm sick of it. Let's go to number 2 on her plan: champion education, training, and y'all love this one right here. Mentorship programs to help black men get good paying jobs in high demand industries and lead their communities, including pathways to become teachers. Look, Kamala, you and Barack grew up without y'all dads. Leave us alone with this mentorship shit, bruh. We're good over here. All right. Look, we need buns. That's what we need. We need buns. We need an ability to go online and to say, hey, I would like to do this. Can I get a bun? Right. Or at least can I get help to learn how to apply for buns as a black male? Give us that. We need access and opportunity. We do not need these mentorship programs into the fucking boule that does the shit that Barack went and did the other day, which is, hey, y'all don't want to. Bro, when have we ever cared that a woman was in charge?
Never.
In the history of black men, right? I don't know why y'all keep trying to make us to be out these misogynistic assholes. You will find more queens from the motherland in the history than you will find in all the world history put together, right? So even our ancient history, we weren't misogynistic. If you go through the enslavement of the prisoners of war from the coup d'etat kingdoms of Africa, black men would make sure that the women were taken care of to the best of their ability. So much so that to break black men, they would abuse and attack and sell the women or split up the families because the men were taking care of or trying to the best of their abilities to take the care of the wife, of the woman.
Bruh.
We work hand in hand with the women.
Absolutely.
This is not something that we have cared. When we study civil rights in this country, it is not patriarchal. When Euro-Americans study about the founding fathers, they ain't talking about no women. The only woman they talk about is Betsy Ross, and she is putting together a flag. She is doing domestic work. But when we talk about the history of our women, right, we bring up Fannie Lou Hamer. We bring up, Dr. King's wife. We bring up what Malcolm X's wife and his family meant to him in the family. Like, we bring up Rosa Parks, right? Mm-hmm. Just ideal that we're just this group of misogynistic men and it's just black men. It is bullshit. It is a misdirection. And I think as black men, there's nothing wrong with saying right now, right? Take your ass to vote. I'm not telling you not to vote, right? But on this federal shit though, if y'all want to leave that shit blank, I can't blame you.
I can't blame you.
I can't blame you.
Because
I'm just a point number two. I'm sorry. I'm heated, bro. I'm heated.
Well,
my bad.
I'm at the point of, I told my friends yesterday, I was like, yo, she got one more strike.
I'm gonna see how I feel after vacation because I'm heated. I'm heated. Like she
got one more strike. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna watch the Charlemagne shit today.
I'm not watching that.
I gotta watch because I'm like,
nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Because I know Charlemagne. He does this. Charlemagne is very much he's interviewed her before, so I don't think he's going to ask her anything new. He's made his jokes before. They're all softballed questions. And to be fair, you know why I'm glad and I hope that she doesn't go sit with Joe Budden? Because he's not educated enough on what the hell to talk about, right? Nothing about Charlemagne makes me think he's educated enough.
Well, here's the thing. What if she wanted to roll out this plan for black men, right? And if you wanted to pull in voters that are voting for Trump, the most ideal person is right on MSNBC. It's Michael Steele, who is the lieutenant governor of Maryland, who is a Republican himself. He's not a Trumper, right? If you wanted to do that and you wanted to pull in that crowd, because here's the thing, the Shade Room crowd, probably the male crowd, probably wasn't voting for you in the first place.
Oh, probably. No.
Right? They probably not even voting, right? You are alienating people that's actually voting for you, right? You're alienating college educated, top third, middle third, productive black men that is like, yo, well, okay, plan for me. All right, it's a Hail Mary, but I get it. You're trying to win the game or you're trying to at least run the clock out and you up by one. So I get it. You're throwing the ball up in the air, right? But when you say, well, I'm gonna announce this on the Shade Room. And again, maybe the Shade Room jumped ahead because when I watched that interview, it ain't really had nothing to do about the plan.
It didn't. But Mike, if this was strike two for me.
I am trying to shoot bail. You're right. I am.
Strike one was the collard greens, and you keep trying to convince me you black. One, I don't care. I don't care about your race. I don't think whenever somebody came in and saw that Kamala and this is her race, I don't think not one person changed their mind on if she's not black. So I think you kept doing it, kept letting me know that you're trying to convince me of something that you're not. Weird, but I let that rock.
Yeah.
The collard greens, I'm like, that's funny to me, but it's like,
it's funny. We cracked the joke, but that wasn't gonna make me vote or not. That vote wasn't gonna make me,
but it makes me be like, yo, you're a little weird.
You playing in my face a little bit.
Playing in my face a little bit. Cool. The shade room shit pissed me off. And I'm like I said, she got about one more time. And the Barack shit too pissed me off simply because it's like, oh, y'all, if these two events, and see, this is really strike 4, but I'm grouping 2 strikes with you.
We're trying to work with you.
I'm trying to work with you. And yes, you got about 2 more strikes. That's going to count as 1. And on November, when we vote?
November 5th.
Oh, it might be blank. If you do it twice, 2 more times, that shit gonna be blank.
You literally stumbling across the finish line right now.
Mike said 6 months ago, just don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. That's all you got to do. Just not fuck it up. And it's like, look, but here's the thing. What nobody is saying is what the real problem is. The real problem is that the black male gaze is valuable, right? Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, maybe it's not valuable. Maybe it's invaluable. Maybe it's unquantifiable about how much motherfuckers pay attention to what we pay attention to. Because as black men, I think a lot of times we're busy just doing our own thing.
Yeah.
So we don't care what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is looking for. We figure out like, okay, all right, we're gonna wear jerseys, we're wearing Timbs. Mm-hmm. What we like is what we like. We don't really look for anybody else to come in and say, yo, you should pay attention to this. Like, we like basketball, right? NFL still the number 1 sport. We still love basketball, right? We just do what we do.
Absolutely.
And I think that independence, it makes other people look in, right? It definitely make our women look in, right? And our women, by and large, do support us, but they fickle, right? But I think the group that pays attention to us the most, that nobody really like to say pay attention to us, is liberal Euro-American women. I think that group, when we do something, they are all in behind us. And of course that brings in Euro-American men. Yeah. And I think what's happening is they're losing that vote because everybody knows the election doesn't go the way that black men vote. Doesn't even go the way that black women vote. The election every year goes the way that white women vote.
And y'all scared to talk to them. What's the third thing before we go to this next thing? Or is that the last?
Rest of the list. I can speed through it. This is how I know there's no black people in the room. Supporting regulatory framework for cryptocurrency and other digital assets. So black men, like there's no, that is nothing but the Twitter black men that y'all. Yeah, I know that there's no African American in that room right now. I know there's not an African American man in that room when y'all came up with this list. The launching a national health equity initiative from black men to focus on sickle cell, diabetes, mental health, prostate. That's good. I appreciate that. Legalizing recreational marijuana. Y'all should never legalize it. I asked for it to be decriminalized. Because when you legalize it, you put it in the hands of rich people and you put it in the hands of tobacco companies.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did. And what you should have did is decriminalize it. And then that way, regular everyday individuals could have still sold weed, which added so much to the economy.
Nah, they need their money. We know.
Yeah, the money went straight up to the top. Yeah. We never asked for it to be legalized. We asked for it to be decriminalized. So,
we know what y'all did there.
Yeah, we know what y'all did. Anyway, Barack and Kamala.
That's strike 2.
Hey, y'all exchanged from y'all dads, okay?
Yeah.
55% of us grew up with our dads, and 70% of us have access to our dads. Y'all might not talk to y'all dads. Y'all might not have access to them. Stop projecting your blackness or your version of blackness on African Americans.
Before we go to the next thing, I put in my group chat yesterday, I'm going to pause so I can say it correctly. If a black man married to a white woman did all this shit that she been doing, no way they get this close to an election.
Nope.
Gavin Newsom would have already been nominated. They would have pulled this shit 2 weeks before and said, nope, we good on you, bruh. We got to win this election. Gavin Newsom, you up early. No way. And I want that to really stick in people's heads. If a black man married to a white woman pulled all the stunts and got up there and said, black women, y'all must be scared of a black man to be in power, they would have tore his ass up. But you know what? It's cool.
To quote Nina Turner, if Democrats want to discuss misogynistic voting patterns, black men should be last on the list. Black men are the most progressive voters amongst men in the country, and they're the second most progressive of all demographics behind black women.